How's it going, everyone? And welcome back to Rangers Rundown. The season is not over just yet. 2 games ago, I was very, very defeated, and I really did not think that we would be in this situation where the Rangers tie up the series 3 games apiece, forcing a Game 7 back in New York this Sunday. What a game. Very, very similar to the previous game. Pittsburgh goes up by 2 in the first period. The game is tied 3-3 after the second period, and the Rangers win 5-3 in the third. It's literally the same exact game we saw 2 nights ago, just in a different city. Hopefully Game 7 goes exactly the same. If I watch the exact same game Sunday night, I am happy as a clam for the Rangers to come back after being down 3-1. 91% chance the team that goes up 3-1 wins the series, and the Rangers are going to try and be the 9% team on Sunday evening. Mott is back in the lineup. That's really the only change to the lineup. So Mott was in on that 4th line. He was also on the ice for the game-winning goal. So there you go. Excuse me. A quick Gensel shot 15 seconds into the first period. Zibanejad overpasses in the offensive zone. But once he figured out that shooting the puck on the net was a good idea in the second period, that really turned the game around for the Rangers. Pittsburgh forecheck looking very dangerous early on. They want to close this series down and not let it get to 7 games because now it's unraveling for the Penguins. If you're Pittsburgh, you should probably be worried because you just dropped 2 games in a row to the Rangers. Now, I know they didn't have Crosby tonight. They didn't have Crosby for half the game 2 nights ago. But Pittsburgh is so deep with offensive talent that, yes, Crosby being out of the lineup is going to make you less effective, but you still have a lot of offensive firepower on your team. The Rangers just, it's so scary because when the Rangers are playing really well, you're very excited, but you know that things could go wrong like that because you're playing Pittsburgh and because the Rangers have their little defensive lapses, and if that lines up with the Pittsburgh offense firing up, you get goals like we saw in the first period. The Rangers' first line plus the third pair, they had almost a 3-minute shift in the beginning of this third period. They got caught on an icing, and they just could not clear the zone. Trouba walks into the slot for a chance with the third line, their best shift so far. 8:33, Rooney takes an interference penalty. Lindgren falls awkwardly and gets a skate to the head right after he's on the ground. That was right before the penalty. Kopp has a shorthanded chance on a deflection and a rebound. Lafreniere has a big hit on Friedman, who is quickly becoming one of my least favorite Penguins players after tonight. 14-12, Carter scores a goal. He has 4 goals in this series. Jeff Carter, look at that. Penguins' third line, I think. There was like 5 or 6 shots right in front of Shesterkin, all in succession. And this is one of the Rangers' problems that they had in this game. They're focused way more on the sticks of the Penguins players than the body. They're trying to stick check constantly. And the puck just bobbles back to a Penguins player, and they cycle it back, and they keep shooting. Carter ends up scoring on one of those shots. And then a minute and 36 seconds later, Rust would score a goal. It's a very nice goal, to be fair. The Rangers just folding defensively. They're losing battles against the wall. They're not being able to clear the puck. When they get the puck, they don't get much forecheck going in the other direction. Vetrano has a chance 3-on-2. 3 minutes left. Rangers starting to get some offensive pressure. So that's when I think the game started to really turn around and click for the Rangers with the last 3 minutes of the first period into the second. Getting higher quality shots on Domingue. Shesterkin, good save in the final minute. We get to the end of the first period, shots 12-12. The top players just seem a little nervous, even with those 3 minutes of solid offense at the end of the first period. Just bobbling passes, passes, not quite getting where they're supposed to, overpassing instead of just shooting. It took them almost an entire period to get into the rhythm. Second period, Zibanejad is sprung into the offensive zone 1 minute in. Third line with a strong shift. Kako dekes his way into the slot for a chance. And then at 5 minutes, Rodriguez takes a roughing penalty. And it would take Zibanejad 5 seconds to score his first goal of the series in Game 6. His first goal of the series. A power play goal took him 5 seconds. Pittsburgh pushes right away after the Rangers score that goal, but at 6:21, 1 minute and 16 seconds later, Zibanejad scores his second goal of the game. Rangers need to keep shooting the puck on the net. They try to overpass, and they still did it later in the second period. In the third period, when they're trying to win, one too many passes, and the Penguins break it up because the Penguins always seem to have their stick in the right spot to deflect passes out of the way. Just shoot the puck. The game-winning goal tonight was a fluky goal off the shoulder of Domingue and ended up in the back of the net. Throw pucks at the net. He is their third-string goalie. Some of them are going to go in. 8 minutes in, Pittsburgh pushes and gets close to scoring. 8:01, Zibanejad takes a delay of game penalty, and then at 8:54, Rooney takes a tripping penalty. So 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 7 seconds for Pittsburgh. They take a timeout right before that starts. Very hard working during the 5-on-3. Zibanejad hits the crossbar on the way out of the box, and then the Rangers kill off the rest of that penalty. So penalty kill tonight for the Rangers. Very, very good. Panarin, big hit on Pettersson. Kreider has a big chance with 7.5 minutes left. Good thing he's getting chances because the first line was on fire tonight. 12:57, Matheson takes a double minor, high sticking. 13:48, Kreider scores a power play goal. Shesterkin with an assist on that goal. He looks up, he throws it all the way to the opposite blue line, catches Zibanejad on a break. Zibanejad doesn't score the goal, but Kreider collects the rebound and puts it into the net. They remain on the power play, but Pittsburgh is better on that second power play. And then at 16:36, Malkin scores the goal. So just like we saw the other night, Rangers go up 3-2, and then almost immediately, Pittsburgh ties it up 3-3. He makes a play at the blue line, getting in the way of the Trouba pass across the zone. He gets a breakaway. Of course, he scores because it's Malkin. Reeves has a hard hit on Kapanen. He's slow to get up. And then at 16:57, while the faceoff is trying to commence, Vetrano and Zucker take unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. They were kind of jawing at each other, and then Zucker just sweeps the legs out from Vetrano. So we get 2 minutes of 4-on-4. Shesterkin makes a great save on Gensel. A scrambly end to the period. Both teams just trying really hard to score so that they're leading going into the third. Shot 16-13 in favor of the Rangers after 2 periods. Honestly, not much to say about this third period. Strome works his way into the slot in the first minute. Fast start to the period for the Rangers, really trying to get ahead of this Pittsburgh team. 5 minutes in, the shots are only 2-1. Rust misses wide on an open net, and then Strome and Panarin have a 2-on-1 right after that. If Rust scores that goal, this series is probably over. Good thing he missed wide. He's probably kicking himself right now. 8 minutes in, Mott and Friedman get tied up, and then Pittsburgh ices the puck, and Friedman leaves the ice for a change as if he has no idea the rules of the NHL. And I'm pretty sure that was just a ploy for a little bit more of a rest for the Penguins that had to stay on the ice because they iced the puck. So Friedman is now on my hit list because that's just a little douchey thing to do. Just get on the ice, suck it up. We don't need to do these little tactics to try and stall the game. That's just, if that's how you feel you need to win the game, then, I don't know, have a little more confidence in yourself, I guess. Panarin has a great chance with 6 minutes left, and then at 18:32, Kreider scores the game-winning goal. Just a slap shot, hits the shoulder of Domingue. It pops straight up into the air, it bounces behind him and trickles over the goal line into the net, and that's only with about 90 seconds left in the period. So, really not much Pittsburgh can do on that. 1:18, goalie is pulled, and then at 19:33, Kopp ices it with an empty net goal. It's a great play by Fox to get it out of the zone, and then I believe Panarin passes the puck to Kopp right for the empty net. And the Rangers win this game 5-3, forcing a Game 7 Sunday night at Madison Square Garden. A game that I think, as Rangers fans, we would be foolish not to be confident about. The Rangers rally back from 3-1. Now, it's going to make a difference if Crosby is healthy enough to play Game 7. But it's also made a difference that the Rangers just rally back from being down 3-1. They're at home. All of the momentum is with them. They just proved 2 games in a row that they can beat this Penguins team after being down 2-0. If Shesterkin stands on his head one more time and the Rangers learn how to be that much more defensively responsible, the first line continues to play like it did tonight, and the third line continues to play like it did tonight, I don't see any reason why the Rangers don't win this series, which would be phenomenal. And then they move on to play whoever wins tomorrow, either Boston or Carolina. I hate that I hope Boston wins that series because I just feel really gross rooting for the Bruins. But as a Rangers fan, I think I would rather face Boston than Carolina. Maybe I'm wrong about that. You can tell me in the comments if I am. I think that's the matchup I would want in the second round. I think that gives the Rangers the best chance to move on to the conference final. But we have to get past Sunday before we even talk about that at length. Focus on Sunday, one game at a time. And I really think the Rangers can close it out. I know my tune has completely changed from 2 games ago. I said Rangers lose in 5, and here we are looking at a Game 7. I'm so glad I was proven wrong, and I can't wait for Sunday night. Stats at the end of the game, shots 38-34 in favor of the Rangers. Face-offs, much better. At least they're in the 40 percentile now, 41.8%. Power play, 2 for 3. Hits 20-24 in favor of the Penguins, and blocks 12-16 also in favor of the Penguins. The trivia question of the evening: who is the only Rangers goalie to win the Hart Trophy? Igor Shesterkin is one of the finalists for the Hart Trophy this season. Who is the only Rangers goalie to actually win it? And to know the answer to that, we have to go all the way back to the 1949-1950 season, where the Rangers made it to the Stanley Cup Final, losing in overtime in Game 7 to the Detroit Red Wings. But the Rangers goalie won the Hart Trophy that year. It was Chuck Rayner. So there you go. We can all sleep soundly tonight and look forward to Game 7 Sunday evening in New York, a game that I am confident the Rangers can win and pull out the comeback. I'm so excited. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos like it, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next rundown.